The Perfect Couple's murder mystery plot is full of twists and turns that keep viewers wondering until the unexpected finale, which reveals the killer and their true motivations. Based on the eponymous book by New York Times bestselling author Elin Hilderbrand, the Netflix miniseries began with the Winbury and Sachs families gathering at the Winbury home on Nantucket Island for Amelia Sachs and Benji Winbury's wedding. However, things immediately went wrong when Amelia discovered the death of her best friend and maid of honor, Merritt, floating in the beach waves. As the police began investigating the incident, they discovered that every one of the Perfect Couple's principal characters had a possible reason for killing Merritt, making it a difficult case to solve. They discovered Merritt was having an affair with Tag and was pregnant, making him and his wife the most likely suspects. However, the pregnancy would have had an impact on the Winbury children because of a stipulation in their trust money. Finally, the tense ending resolves concerns such as why Abby killed Merritt, while also conveying crucial insights about how people's public images differ from reality. Why did Abby kill Merritt in The Perfect Couple? Abby wanted to finish the job after Thomas failed. In episode 5 of The Perfect Couple, Abby looks to the side as she stands outside the house. The perfect killer delays the mystery of Merritt's death until the second half of the last episode, leaving viewers guessing. Abby killed Merritt by breaking pills, putting them in her juice, dragging her into the lake, and holding her head underwater. While others had a far more obvious cause for wishing Merritt dead, Abby had an equally strong reason: money. The youngest child, Thomas, who owed Isabel money, and Abby, who needed a new flat, would only receive their trust funds when the youngest child reached the age of 18, which was quickly approaching given Will's birthday. Merritt's pregnancy threatened to upset everyone's plans because, with Tag as the father, they would have to wait another 18 years before receiving any money. Thomas attempted to coerce Merritt into terminating the pregnancy, but Isabel prevented him from doing so Abby decided to complete the task alone. In addition to Abby, 2 other people were unintentionally complicit in the murder of the Perfect Couple, Karen and Thomas. The tablets that Abby crushed came from Thomas's stash. He habitually stole medicines from everyone around him. Unfortunately, the pills that poisoned Merritt came from Karen's travel medicine box. She illegally purchased 3 pentobarbital pills for euthanasia, in case her cancer worsened. However, neither Thomas nor Karen had an active role in the murder. What happened to Merritt's killer? Abby Winbury is arrested for murder. In The Perfect Couple, Abby receives a mugshot. After the police learnt what Abby had done, she was detained on the Winbury estate and led away in handcuffs. This is a stark contrast to Elin Hilderbrand's eponymous novel, in which the killer bears no penalties because the death was judged unintentional. Abby's arrest in the Netflix series delivers a strong message that no one is exempt from the law when they commit murder, including a terribly wealthy family. Fortunately, Karen and Thomas were not charged with being unknowingly engaged in Merritt's death, despite the fact that they may have been indicted for crimes under the law. Do Amelia and Benji stay together? Shooter tells Amelia that she's not pleased with Benji. While The Perfect Couple focused on Benji and Amelia's wedding, it was clear early on that Amelia had reservations about marrying him. She was uninterested in Benji because she thought he was too flawless. She urgently wanted to love Benji, but the feelings were not there. It probably didn't help that she never seemed to fit in with the Winbury family, receiving comments and digs from the other members. The rift between Amelia and the Winburys served as a reminder of the disparities between Benji and Amelia's backgrounds. However, Amelia and Benji did not split up until the end of Netflix's miniseries. Amelia reconnected with Shooter, Benji's best friend, which sparked their breakup. She developed sentiments for him based on their previous interactions. Throughout the performance, they tried to ignore their feelings for each other, but they kept resurfacing at the worst times. Furthermore, when Amelia learnt that Shooter had money, she realized that the difference between her and Benji was not due to their socioeconomic status. Despite their financial differences, Shooter and Amelia shared an emotional connection, a mental connection, and comparable ideals. Ultimately, she and Benji part ways in the last episode. The affairs in The Perfect Couple explain Thomas cheated on Abby with Isabel, Tag cheated on Greer with Merritt. Throughout The Perfect Couple, 2 couples engaged in adultery. Tag and Shooter met during Amelia and Benji's engagement party and began a relationship. Based on their behaviors during the mystery TV show, the couple appeared to have a romantic and sexual relationship. Thomas and Isabel also had regular sexual trysts, which was disrespectful to his pregnant wife. It may be argued that their boredom from a lack of obligations drove them to cheat, while luxury led them to believe there would be no penalties. The prevalence of affairs in The Perfect Couple raises crucial questions about appearances against reality. Greer's book series portrayed her and Tag as the ideal relationship, and hence their family as the ideal family. However, behind closed doors, the Winbury family was full of judgment, infidelity, and strife. Their finances could not stop them from having affairs. Bored from a lack of obligations, they cheated, while luxury led them to believe there were no penalties. Finally, the Winburys demonstrate that even the most happy-looking family contains secrets that outsiders may never discover. The significance of Merritt's pregnancy. Merritt's pregnancy has negative consequences. In The Perfect Couple, Merritt appears agitated. Merritt's pregnancy in The Perfect Couple has a wide range of effects on different people. The pregnancy would hurt each individual in unique ways. If Merritt had had a baby, the Winbury children would all have to wait for their trust funds, which had the greatest impact on the family. Furthermore, an adulterous affair and pregnancy would jeopardize Greer's profession, as her novel's success stemmed from her and Tag's flawless marriage. According to Greer's treatment of her, the matriarch is sure to find a reason to blame Amelia, especially because Merritt is the outsider's best friend. Furthermore, Isabel would have been affected because Thomas owed her money from the trust fund. Tag's marriage would be shattered, despite the fact that the events of The Perfect Couple clearly demonstrate that their relationship was already in trouble. Unfortunately, Merritt would have suffered if she had survived and carried the pregnancy to term, as she would have been left without support from the Winbury family. Why Greer hates Amelia in The Perfect Couple. Greer wishes she had the freedom that Amelia has. Nicole Kidman sits in a dark room with her arms crossed, confronting two people sitting across from her in The Perfect Couple. Throughout The Perfect Couple, Greer treated Amelia with contempt and refused to accept her as a member of the family. Initially, her anger appeared to stem from a desire to maintain the status quo. Amelia did not fit in with the Winburys' lifestyle, and Greer needed to safeguard their reputation. By the end of The Perfect Couple, it was clear that Greer's rage sprang from jealousy over Amelia's ability to depart. The entire family relied on Greer, and her work was based on the assumption that her family was ideal. She couldn't leave without completely disrupting her life. On the other hand, Amelia's life was not yet linked with the family. She was not married to Benji, and they had no children. Furthermore, her job as a zoologist did not rely on maintaining a pristine public image. As a result, Amelia was able to flee without receiving too much unfavorable attention. Leaving would have been much more difficult once the couple married, which is probably why Greer pushed so hard for Amelia to cancel the wedding. In the end, Greer only changed her mind about Amelia after the book author decided she would no longer safeguard the family reputation. The real meaning of The Perfect Couple's ending. The Netflix miniseries unequivocally states that there is no such thing as the perfect couple. Despite their public image, the Winburys were not a happy, healthy family in The Perfect Couple. They were equally dysfunctional as everyone else. Regardless, everyone on the outside viewed them as the ultimate objective to aim towards. By the conclusion, Netflix's miniseries demonstrated that no perfect family, partner, or existence existed. The show's message is especially relevant in an age of social media influencers, where it is tempting to compare oneself to complete strangers. People, like the Winburys, choose which aspects of their lives to share publicly, creating a reality that differs from the masks they wear. A screen cannot reveal who a person truly is or what their daily life entails. The show's message is especially relevant in an age of social media influencers, where it is tempting to compare oneself to complete strangers. Finally, The Perfect Couple invites viewers to consider how parasocial relationships influence their perspective on reality and themselves, deconstructing their idealized notions of strangers.